E4, D5 is a new series of lecture about the Scandinavian defense, and I would like to share with you that after knight c3 and queen a5, it's quite interesting gambit line discovered more than 100 years ago, b2 and b4 move. So instead of after knight c3, queen a5 and d4 or bishop c4, so white could just go quite aggressively with this b2 b4 move, threatening the black's queen, but at the same time sacrificing a pawn. So this gambit line, I already found some sources which are saying that the game with b4 played already more than 100 years ago, and I found just in simultaneous exhibitions that even second world champion Emanuel Lasker used to play b4. So after queen takes b4, which of course we will call as the main variation when black is accepting the pawn sacrifice and trying to keep the material advantage. Just before, I would like to show you what could happen in case black is not accepting the sacrifice, because sometimes when you surprise your opponent, it happens quite often that your opponent is trying just to avoid much complication and just to play some sideline. So let's say queen b6. White continued developing his bishop to c4. Knight f6. h3. Knight c6. Rook b1. And here, when black just made bishop f5, knight f3 and e6, trying to continue development of all his pieces, suddenly this move is losing immediately, because white could just trap black's queen in just one move. So can you find it? So the cramped position of the queen on b6 just helps white to decide the game immediately after knight to a4. So you can simply realize that black's queen has no escape from b6. So white just wins immediately here. In case after b4, when black is playing queen e5 check, it also leads to the situation when white, by playing bishop e2, knight f6 and knight f3, just gaining a lot of additional tempi for getting the serious development advantage. Queen f5, short castling, queen g6, d4, e6, and here suddenly, after just one move, black has to call it a day. Can you find this move? Once again, the black's queen just got in the very bad situation. So it's once again it's trapped. So white has quite obvious move knight e5, but in that case black is still could move his queen to f5. However, we have much better way. It's just to play knight to h4, and black's queen is lost. So you can see that black's queen cannot go here because bishop cannot go to h6, since our bishop from c1 is attacking this square. So, and just also cannot go not to f5, not to e4, because all the squares near the queen just simply controlled by all white pieces. Later on, we once again back to this line when black is just not accepting the sacrifice of the pawn. However, first of all, let's back to the situations when black is choosing just to capture the pawn and to get the material advantage. b4. So the game between Darulla and Di Mello from Agostini Memorial from 2000.